Pyongyang, North Korea. The leaders of North and South Korea announced a wide range of agreements Wednesday which they said were a major step toward peace on the Korean peninsula. But the premier pledge on denuclearization contained a big condition, with North Korean leader Kim Jong Un stating he'd permanently dismantle his main nuclear complex only if the United States takes unspecified corresponding measures, compared to the vague language of the two summits earlier. This year, Kim and South Korean President Moon Jae-in agreed in the second day of meetings to an ambitious program to tackle soaring tensions last year that had many fearing war as the North tested a string of increasingly powerful weapons. Kim promised to accept international inspectors to monitor the closing of a key missile test site and launch pad and to visit Seoul soon, and both leaders vowed to work together to try to host the Summer Olympics in 2032. U.S. President Donald Trump shakes hands with North Korean leader Kim Jong Un at the Capella Hotel on Sentosa Island in Singapore, June 12, 2018. Reuters, Jonathan Ernst TPX images of the day. U.S. President Donald Trump and North Korea's leader Kim Jong Un leave after signing documents that acknowledge the progress of the talks and pledge to keep momentum going after their summit at the Capella Hotel on Sentosa Island in Singapore, June 12, 2018. Reuters, Jonathan Ernst TPX images of the day. U.S. President Donald Trump shakes hands with North Korea's leader Kim Jong Un after they signed documents that acknowledged the progress of the talks and pledged to keep momentum going after their summit at the Capella Hotel on Sentosa Island in Singapore, June 12, 2018. Reuters, Jonathan Ernst. U.S. President Donald Trump and North Korea's leader Kim Jong Un walked during their summit at the Capella Hotel on Sentosa Island in Singapore, June 12, 2018. Anthony Wallace, pool via Reuters TPX images of the day. U.S. President Donald Trump and North Korea's leader Kim Jong Un attend a signing ceremony during a summit at the Capella Hotel on the resort island of Sentosa, Singapore, June 12, 2018. Reuters, Jonathan Ernst. U.S. President Donald Trump and North Korea's leader Kim Jong Un walked during their summit at the Capella Hotel on Sentosa Island in Singapore, June 12, 2018. Anthony Wallace, pool via Reuters. U.S. President Donald Trump and North Korea's leader Kim Jong Un shake hands during the signing of a document after their summit at the Capella Hotel on Sentosa Island in Singapore, June 12, 2018. Susan Walsh, pool via Reuters. U.S. President Donald Trump and North Korea's leader Kim Jong Un react during their summit at the Capella Hotel on Sentosa Island in Singapore, June 12, 2018. Anthony Wallace, pool via Reuters. U.S. President Donald Trump and North Korea's leader Kim Jong Un look at each other's before signing documents that acknowledge the progress of the talks and pledge to keep momentum going after their summit at the Capella Hotel on Sentosa Island in Singapore, June 12, 2018. They are flanked by Kim Yo-jong, sister of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, and U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. Reuters, Jonathan Ernst. U.S. President Donald Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un walk in the Capella Hotel after their working lunch on Sentosa Island in Singapore, June 12, 2018. Susan Walsh, pool via Reuters. U.S. President Donald Trump walks with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un at the Capella Hotel on Sentosa Island in Singapore, June 12, 2018. Kevin Lim, The Straits Times via Reuters. Attention editors, this picture was provided by a third-party U.S. President Donald Trump walks with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un at the Capella Hotel on Sentosa Island in Singapore, June 12, 2018. Kevin Lim, The Straits Times via Reuters. Attention editors, this picture was provided by a third-party U.S. President Donald Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un react at the Capella Hotel on Sentosa Island in Singapore, June 12, 2018. Reuters, Jonathan Ernst. TPX images of the day. U.S. President Donald Trump gestures next to North Korea's leader Kim Jong Un before the bilateral meeting at the Capella Hotel on Sentosa Island in Singapore, June 12, 2018. Reuters. Jonathan Ernst TOPSHOT. Pedestrians walk in front of a screen showing a news report displaying portraits of U.S. President Donald Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong Un in Tokyo on June 12, 2018. Trump and Kim have become on June 12 the first sitting U.S. and North Korean leaders to meet, shake hands and negotiate to end a decades-old nuclear standoff. Photo by Martin Bureau, AFP. Photo credit should read Martin Bureau, AFP. Getty Images. But while containing several tantalizing offers, the joint statement appeared to fall short of the major steps many in Washington have been looking for, such as a commitment by Kim to provide a list of North Korea's nuclear facilities, a solid step-by-step timeline for closing them down, or an agreement to allow international inspectors to assess progress or discover violations. It also was unclear what corresponding steps North Korea wants from the U.S. to dismantle its nuclear site. The question is whether it will be enough for U.S. President Donald Trump to pick up where Moon has left off. Trump told reporters Wednesday that the outcome of the summit was very good news, and that we're making tremendous progress with North Korea. He didn't indicate in his brief remarks whether the U.S. would be willing to take further steps to encourage North Korean action on denuclearization. Declaring they had made a major step toward peace, Moon and Kim stood side by side as they announced the joint statement to a group of North and South Korean reporters after a closed-door meeting Wednesday morning. They took no questions. We have agreed to make the Korean Peninsula a land of peace that is free from nuclear weapons and nuclear threat, Kim said at the guest house where Moon is staying. The road to our future will not always be smooth and we may face challenges and trials we can't anticipate. But we aren't afraid of headwinds because our strength will grow as we overcome each trial based on the strength of our nation. Kim and Moon earlier smiled and chatted as they walked down a hallway and into a meeting room to finalize the joint statement, which also said that the leaders would push for a Korean peninsula without nuclear weapons and to eliminate all the danger of war. Moon and Kim plan to visit a volcano sacred to the north on Thursday, the last day of Moon's visit. This week's summit comes as Moon is under increasing pressure from Washington to find a path forward in efforts to get Kim to completely and unilaterally abandon his nuclear arsenal. Trump has maintained that he and Kim have a solid relationship, and both leaders have expressed interest in a follow-up summit to their meeting in June in Singapore. North Korea has been demanding a declaration formally ending the Korean War, which was stopped in 1953 by a ceasefire, but neither leader mentioned it Wednesday as they read the joint statement. In the meantime, however, Moon and Kim made concrete moves of their own to reduce tensions on the border. According to a statement signed by the country's defense chiefs, the two Koreas agreed to establish buffer zones along their land and sea borders to reduce military tensions and prevent accidental clashes. They also agreed to withdraw 11 guard posts from the demilitarized zone by December and to establish a no-fly zone above the military demarcation line that bisects the two Koreas that will apply to planes, helicopters and drones. They're not directly linked to security. The leaders' announcement that they would seek a joint Summer Olympics was a significant move in terms of easing tensions and building trust. It also flows from the North's decision to participate in the Pyeongchang Winter Games in February, which was regarded as a success for both sides. Other agreements aimed at removing some long-standing irritants from their relations, such as allowing more contact between families divided by the Korean War. Moon also appeared to be making good on his proposals to help build up the North's infrastructure and open cross-border rail links. Unlike Trump's initial tweets praising the summit, the news brought a quick and negative response from Republican Sen. Lindsey Graham, who tweeted that he was concerned the visit would undermine efforts by Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and UN Ambassador Nikki Haley to impose maximum pressure on the North. While North Korea has stopped testing missiles and nuclear devices, they have not moved toward denuclearization, he tweeted. With the main business of the day complete, North Korea was expected to hold a huge mass game spectacle in the evening, with Moon as the special guest. Seoul said Moon would make a short speech. North Korea had put the iconic games, which feature tens of thousands of performers dancing and flipping placards in unison to create giant mosaics and slogans, on a back burner for the past several years, but revived them for this month's celebrations of its 70th founding anniversary. In a performance for the anniversary, a giant photo of Moon and Kim shaking hands at the first summit in April was projected onto one side of the stands in Pyongyang's 150,000-seat May Day Stadium. Kim has gone all out to make Moon's visit a memorable one. On Tuesday, the first day of the summit, he greeted Moon and his wife at Pyongyang's airport and then rode into town with Moon in an open limousine through streets lined with crowds of North Koreans, who cheered and waved the flag of the country and a blue and white flag that symbolizes Korean unity. At the start of their meeting, Kim thanked Moon for brokering the June summit with Trump. It's not too much to say that it's Moon's efforts that arranged the historic North Korea-US summit. Because of that, the regional political situation has been stabilized and more progress on North Korea-US ties is expected, Kim said, according to South Korean media pool reports and Moon's office, Cluj reported from Seoul. Associated Press writers Hyung Jin Kim and Kim Tong Hyung in Seoul contributed to this report. Talmaj is the AP's Pyongyang bureau chief. Follow him on Instagram and Twitter at Eric Talmaj.